It was a really grueling 7 days. I don't think I stopped thinking about food in the 168 hours of the Welfare Food Challenge. I felt socially isolated, sad, depressed, desperate, and at times hopeless. The only thing that kept me going was that I knew that it was going to be over in 7 days, but unfortunately it's not the case for other people.
I found the experience very isolating. So much of our culture is, like, the social aspect of it revolves a lot around food, whether it's going out for dinner with friends or even just cooking with your family. Holidays, celebrations usually have some sort of traditional meal.
It was really, really hard to be around people who were eating like a lot of good food. Like example, I'd be around my family and they'd be having like Chinese food and I couldn't have any of it. Or I'd be at the mall in a food court where I'd be at arm's reach of like good food that I can't have.
My grandparents actually visited during the challenge as well, and you know, I didn't go out for dinner with them. You know, there's just, I didn't want to invite them to eat in because, you know, I couldn't share my food. It's not like I could invite them over and cook dinner for them because I didn't have enough money to do that. And I don't think they would want to, you know, have my barley and cabbage.
It's really irritating to see people coming with food all the time and not being able to have any of it, and coming home to, you know, some potatoes and lentils again. Seeing what people buy on a daily basis really was hard to grasp, because they would be bringing in $20 worth of food that might be only 3 items, but I had to think about what I could buy with $21. At work, I actually, you know, talked to a lot of the customers about the challenge that I was partaking in, and a lot of people didn't know about it, and so it was a really good opportunity for me to open up that dialogue and raise that awareness. I had another colleague who lived on welfare and said that the welfare rates back then were pathetic and still are.
The fact that we need to learn more about the people in our community, and that welfare doesn't just mean that someone's surviving off less money. There's a lot involved in that. I have been fortunate enough to come from a background where I have had enough, and I'm living in a situation where for me the only thing that I was considering was living off of $21, but nothing else in my life.
A person needs to be properly nourished just to be able to, you know, do things on a regular basis. For those of us who come from families who are well fed or who have like access to food all the time, it's really hard for us to think that people who are always hungry are always thinking about food.
I think the biggest thing for me is that I learned that I want to do more to be an advocate for this issue. I just want to make sure that, again, like as a future dietitian, that food insecurity is always part of the conversation, no matter what area of practice you're in, because it affects so many people.
People don't choose to go on welfare, and there isn't enough support out there to help people that are on welfare. People with dietary restrictions, allergies, mental health issues don't have compensation for those challenges, and therefore $21 makes it even more difficult for those people. After speaking to a few people that are on welfare, I learned that it's their dignity that matters the most, and having empathy and compassion can go a really long way.
$21 is just not enough.
No, I was hungry.
$21 a week for food is not enough.
I know that it definitely was not.
I don't think so. There's just not enough money there to really have all your macronutrients and micronutrients, because it's too expensive. It's more than $21 for a week.